Top 20 Nicest Black Celebrities. What if the real power in Hollywood wasn't money, fame, or awards, but kindness? We're used to seeing celebrities through headlines, scandals, and box office numbers. But behind the cameras, some stars are remembered not for what they earned, but for how they treated people when no one was watching. From quiet donations that changed lives to simple conversations that lifted strangers out of dark moments, these stories reveal a side of fame the media rarely shows. Today on Black Excellence Legends, we're diving into celebrities whose character may matter more than their talent. Watch carefully, because this list might challenge your expectations and maybe even your favorite star. Before we begin, comment below. Do you think kindness should define a legacy more than success? Subscribe and join the conversation. Denzel Washington. In an industry often defined by ego and image, Denzel Washington has built something far rarer: respect that extends far beyond the screen. A two-time Academy Award winner and one of the most consistently bankable dramatic actors of the past 4 decades, Washington's career includes defining performances in Glory 1989 and Training Day 2001. Yet his reputation among colleagues and everyday people is rooted less in awards and more in conduct. Crew members, stage actors, and film students frequently describe the same pattern: professionalism, punctuality, and personal attention to people who cannot offer him anything in return. Long before global fame, Washington quietly funded opportunities for young artists. One of the most documented examples involves Chadwick Boseman, whose summer theater training at Oxford was paid for by an anonymous sponsor later revealed to be Washington. Boseman publicly credited that gesture as a turning point in his life. Stories like this are common around him. What stands out is that many were never meant to be public. His charitable involvement has also been sustained rather than symbolic. Washington has supported the Boys and Girls Clubs of America for decades and served as a national spokesman, often visiting centers without media coverage. Unlike celebrity appearances staged for publicity, his approach tends to be private, in direct conversations, mentoring, and practical encouragement. Even during film promotions, fans frequently recount how he stops, listens carefully, and speaks with them as individuals rather than as part of a crowd. Despite starring in films that have grossed billions worldwide, Washington consistently frames success in morale rather than financial terms. In speeches to students, including his widely shared university commencement address, he emphasized discipline, faith, and accountability, achievement he argued means little if character is missing. That philosophy mirrors his on-set behavior, where younger actors often describe receiving guidance about preparation, humility, and respect for the craft. Washington's public image as a gentleman is not a marketing strategy, but a long pattern of personal choices, turning down roles he felt were irresponsible, correcting reporters politely, and reminding interviewers that fame is temporary, while integrity is lasting. His legacy, therefore, is not only cinematic, it is instructional. He demonstrates that influence is not measured by how loudly one is admired, but by how many people quietly grow because you cared enough to help them. In a culture obsessed with attention, his example suggests a simple truth: kindness, practiced consistently, becomes a form of leadership. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Dwayne Johnson's rise is one of the most documented career transformations in modern entertainment. Beginning as a professional wrestler in WWE, where he became one of the company's most recognizable figures during the late 1990s and early 2000s, he transitioned into film and gradually developed into one of Hollywood's most commercially reliable stars. His movies, including entries in the Fast and Furious franchise, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, and San Andreas, have collectively generated billions of dollars at the global box office. Yet statistics alone do not explain why audiences remain personally attached to him. Johnson carefully cultivated a relationship with the public that feels unusually direct. Through consistent communication on social media, he shares not only promotional content, but personal routines, family moments, and reflections on failure. He frequently discusses his early life, including financial hardship and being evicted with his mother when he was young. By openly acknowledging setbacks, he established credibility with viewers who see him less as an unreachable celebrity and more as someone who remembers where he began. His generosity has also been widely documented. Johnson has surprised fans by paying for vehicles, supporting military veterans, and meeting individuals facing serious illness, often without prior announcement. These actions matter because they align with his messaging. Gratitude should be practiced, not merely spoken. Even routine fan encounters reveal this pattern. Rather than brief handshakes, he tends to stop talk, ask questions, and ensure the moment becomes memorable for the other person. Johnson's professional discipline reinforces that reputation. Known for a demanding training schedule and strict punctuality on film sets, he credits consistency rather than talent for his longevity. Younger performers often cite his work ethic as influential, particularly his emphasis on preparation and respect for crews. He regularly acknowledges stunt teams, technicians, and assistants, publicly recognizing contributions that audiences rarely see. Beyond entertainment, Johnson's statements often center on responsibility, especially the idea that success brings an obligation to encourage others. He frequently tells followers that resilience is learned, not inherited, and that setbacks are part of progress. His life narrative supports that message: early athletic disappointment, career reinvention, and gradual professional growth rather than instant stardom. What makes Johnson distinctive is not simply popularity, but accessibility. He presents strength without intimidation and confidence without dismissal. In doing so, he models a practical lesson: achievement has greater meaning when it creates hope for someone else. Fame can attract attention, but empathy sustains loyalty, and his career demonstrates the difference. Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan represents a modern version of stardom, highly successful yet intentionally approachable. Rising from television roles on The Wire and Friday Night Lights to major film success in Fruitvale Station, 2013, the Creed franchise, and Marvel's Black Panther, 2018, he has built a career that balances commercial appeal with social awareness. His portrayal of Eric Killmonger became one of the rare antagonists audiences empathize with, not because he softened the character, but because he committed to emotional realism. That same sincerity shapes his off-screen reputation. Jordan has developed a pattern of personal engagement with supporters. He frequently attends surprise screenings, responds to heartfelt messages online, and makes time for photographs and conversations during public appearances. What distinguishes these encounters is not simply availability, but attentiveness. Fans often recall him listening to carefully and speaking encouragingly, particularly to young aspiring artists who see him as proof that disciplined effort can lead to opportunity. Beyond individual interactions, Jordan has attempted to influence the industry structurally. Through his production company, Outlier Society Productions, he launched an Inclusion Writer initiative in 2018, encouraging diversity in hiring across film sets. Rather than presenting diversity as a slogan, he tied it to practical hiring practices, aiming to expand opportunities for actors and crew members who historically lacked access. The effort reflected a broader philosophy: representation matters not only in stories but also behind the camera. He also uses visibility responsibly. During social conversations about equality and access, Jordan has advocated for education, creative mentorship, and fair professional pathways. He supports community programs and youth initiatives, focusing particularly on career exposure and creative development. While he avoids excessive publicity around charity, his pattern is consistent: create opportunity instead of merely offering sympathy. Professionally, Jordan is known for preparation. Co-workers frequently note his physical and emotional discipline, particularly the months of boxing training required for Creed. That dedication resonates with young audiences because it demonstrates that confidence is usually built, not inherited. Ultimately, Jordan's appeal comes from relatability. He presents success as attainable through persistence rather than privilege. His message is simple, but meaningful: talent opens a door, but character keeps it open. By remaining grounded and supportive of others' ambitions, he turns admiration into motivation, and that may be a deeper impact than fame itself. Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson's voice is instantly recognizable, but the foundation of his reputation is consistency. With a career spanning more than 50 years and over 100 film credits, he is among the highest-grossing actors in cinema history. Performances in Pulp Fiction, 1994, Django Unchained, 2012, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe helped define multiple generations of moviegoers. However, colleagues often emphasize a different quality: reliability paired with respect. Off-camera, Jackson's personality contrasts with many of his intense screen characters. While his roles frequently project authority and intimidation, his real interactions are marked by humor and accessibility. Interviewers and fans regularly describe him as conversational and quick-witted, someone who prefers a relaxed exchange rather than a distant celebrity persona. His social media presence mirrors that tone, mixing commentary, encouragement, and playful jokes that make followers feel included rather than observed. Jackson has also devoted substantial energy to advocacy and charitable awareness. He has supported campaigns related to Alzheimer's research and cancer awareness causes connected to his family experiences. Unlike occasional endorsements, his involvement has extended across years, using public attention to highlight medical research and support organizations working directly with patients and caregivers. By lending credibility rather than just visibility, he amplifies the reach of those initiatives. On film sets, Jackson is widely known for professionalism. Directors frequently note that he learns scripts thoroughly and respects production schedules, helping maintain morale among crews. Many younger actors have spoken about receiving informal advice from him regarding career longevity, particularly the importance of punctuality, preparation, and mutual respect. His guidance emphasizes cooperation rather than competition. His personal journey also contributes to his outlook. Early struggles in theater and activism shaped his belief that opportunity should not be taken lightly. As a result, he treats both colleagues and staff members with equal courtesy, reinforcing a culture of appreciation within large productions. Jackson's legacy therefore extends beyond iconic dialogue or memorable characters. He demonstrates that influence is strengthened by consistency, showing up prepared, treating people fairly, and using visibility to support meaningful causes. In an environment driven by status, he models a different principle. Professionalism combined with humor can build lasting respect, and respect, once earned, becomes a powerful form of kindness. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal's public image began with dominance. A 7'1" center, four-time NBA champion, three-time Finals MVP, and 2000 League MVP, he was one of the most physically imposing players in basketball history. Yet the reason he remains widely admired decades after his prime has little to do with statistics. It is his deliberate habit of generosity. Unlike many retired athletes whose influence fades after competition ends, O'Neal transformed his platform into daily acts of goodwill that people encounter in ordinary places rather than staged events. Numerous documented incidents show him quietly covering strangers' expenses, paying off layaway balances in stores, buying furniture for families after disasters, or purchasing shoes for children who could not afford them. Often these moments were recorded by bystanders rather than arranged publicity. O'Neal himself has explained his motivation: simply when he leaves home, he looks for a chance to help someone. The routine nature of these gestures matters more than the scale. He treats kindness as a habit rather than a campaign. His connection with communities also remains direct. He has visited schools, joined neighborhood basketball games, and interacted with fans without formality. Children in particular respond to his humor and accessibility. Instead of presenting himself as distant celebrity royalty, he approaches people as a friendly adult figure who listens, jokes, and encourages. That attitude reflects values he often attributes to his parents, emphasizing discipline, education, and respect. After retirement, O'Neal expanded his career into broadcasting, business, and public service. He earned advanced academic degrees, pursued law enforcement training, and worked with community safety initiatives. These choices reinforce a message he frequently shares: success should create responsibility, not separation. Wealth, in his view, becomes meaningful only when it improves someone else's day. What makes his influence effective is authenticity. The gestures are spontaneous, not scripted, and his humor removes intimidation. He shows that generosity does not require perfect circumstances. It requires attention. One encouraging word, one small purchase, or one moment of patience can alter another person's outlook. His life illustrates a simple principle: greatness is measured not only by victories achieved, but by how many people feel supported after meeting you. Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union's career spans film, television, and writing, but her public reputation rests on openness. Known to many audiences from Bring It On 2000 and later dramatic and comedic roles, she has increasingly become recognized for candid conversations about real-life challenges. Rather than maintaining a carefully distant image, Union shares experiences involving family life, health struggles, and personal growth. That transparency has made her relatable to viewers who rarely see vulnerability expressed by major entertainers. Union has spoken publicly about infertility grief and the emotional toll of expectations placed on women in the spotlight. By addressing these topics directly, she has helped normalize discussions often treated as private shame. Her writing and interviews emphasize resilience, patience, and emotional honesty. For many followers, her willingness to discuss hardship provides reassurance that success does not eliminate human difficulty. She is also active in advocacy. Union supports survivors of assault, promotes awareness around women's safety, and encourages support networks for those recovering from trauma. Additionally, she has consistently defended inclusivity and acceptance, particularly in conversations involving young people and identity. Her support of her family members and public statements about compassion demonstrate that advocacy can begin inside one's own home. Fans frequently note her warmth during public encounters. Whether at events or online, she responds thoughtfully and avoids dismissive interactions. Instead of limiting communication to promotional material, she uses social platforms to uplift others, highlight community projects, and share encouragement. That communication style fosters trust because it feels conversational rather than transactional. Professionally, Union also promotes opportunities for others in entertainment. She supports emerging creators and participates in projects that broaden representation in storytelling. Rather than presenting empowerment as a slogan, she connects it to action, mentorship, discussion, and cooperation. Her influence suggests an important idea. Authenticity builds stronger connections than perfection. By acknowledging both joy and hardship, she helps audiences feel less isolated in their own experiences. Compassion in her example is not abstract. It is expressed through listening, speaking honestly, and supporting others publicly and privately. In a culture that often rewards image, she demonstrates that sincerity can be a lasting form of strength. Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah's influence began long before her acting success. Emerging from hip-hop in the late 1980s, she distinguished herself by emphasizing dignity, confidence, and respect in her music. Songs like Ameno Nty promoted self-worth and mutual accountability at a time when female voices in rap were often marginalized. That foundation shaped her entire public identity. Instead of separating artistry from responsibility, she treated her platform as a space to encourage healthier attitudes within her audience and community. Her career expanded into film and television, with projects such as Chicago 2002, which earned her an Academy Award nomination, and multiple long-running television roles. Despite the transition into mainstream entertainment, she maintained a grounded presence. Co-workers often describe her as approachable and attentive, someone who acknowledges staff members by name and values collaborative environments. Rather than cultivating exclusivity, she emphasizes teamwork. Outside performance, Latifah has consistently supported charitable causes and mentorship. She has participated in programs encouraging education, youth leadership, and creative development. Younger artists frequently mention receiving advice from her about professionalism and long-term stability in entertainment. Her guidance focuses on discipline, financial responsibility, and self-respect, reinforcing the values she expressed in her earliest recordings. Public interactions also reflect that consistency. Fans who meet her often describe a relaxed conversation rather than a rushed greeting. She is known for humorous warmth and direct eye contact, small behaviors that leave lasting impressions. These moments reinforce her image, not as an unreachable celebrity, but as a person aware of the impact a brief interaction can have. Latifah's broader contribution is cultural. She demonstrated that influence does not require confrontation. It can develop through steady example. By sustaining respectful communication and supporting others' growth, she built credibility across generations. Her career shows that kindness paired with confidence can reshape expectations. A performer may entertain audiences for an evening, but a role model encourages better behavior long after the show ends. Her message is clear: success gains deeper meaning when it uplifts more than oneself. Through mentorship, representation, and consistent conduct, she has shown that leadership can be expressed through patience and encouragement. In an industry driven by trends, her steady presence reminds people that character often leaves a longer legacy than popularity. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's journey to recognition was neither immediate nor easy. Before becoming a television host known worldwide, he experienced years of financial instability while pursuing stand-up comedy. He has openly discussed periods of homelessness early in his career, living in his car while traveling between performances. That background shaped the perspective audiences now associate with him, humor combined with practical life advice. Rather than presenting himself as flawless, Harvey frequently uses his past difficulties to demonstrate persistence and adaptability. His transition from comedy to broadcasting expanded his reach. Hosting Family Feud and radio programs introduced him to households beyond comedy clubs, and his motivational speaking brought another dimension to his public image. He often emphasizes preparation, faith, and initiative, encouraging listeners to set goals and actively pursue improvement. What resonates with viewers is not only the advice, but the sincerity. He presents guidance as lessons learned rather than theories imagined. Harvey also established the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation, which organizes mentorship and leadership programs for young people. The initiatives focus on confidence, communication skills, and personal responsibility. Participants often describe the experience as transformative because the emphasis is practical learning, decision-making, and accountability, instead of simply hearing inspirational phrases. His involvement tends to be hands-on, including conversations, group activities, and direct encouragement. In everyday interactions, his kindness appears through attentiveness. On Family Feud, he regularly comforts nervous contestants, celebrates their successes, and diffuses mistakes with humor rather than embarrassment. That approach reflects respect for ordinary people placed in unfamiliar situations. He understands that television exposure can be intimidating, so he uses comedy to ease pressure. Harvey's influence lies in relatability. He communicates complex ideas in simple language, making motivation accessible to a wide audience. He reminds viewers that setbacks do not disqualify a person from future success. By acknowledging his own errors publicly, he demonstrates humility alongside confidence. His broader message carries a human value. Encouragement can change someone's direction. A single conversation, a supportive remark, or honest advice can help a person regain belief in their abilities. Harvey's career illustrates that entertainment can extend beyond laughter. It can restore hope and motivate growth. Rihanna's career is often measured through records, awards, and business milestones. Yet her enduring popularity comes from something less quantifiable: consistent connection with people. Rising from Barbados to international recognition with early hits like Pon de Replay and later global successes, including Umbrella, she became one of the best-selling recording artists of the 21st century. However, what distinguishes her reputation is how she used visibility after achieving fame. Rather than remaining solely within entertainment, she expanded her influence toward education, health, and social support. Through the Clara Lionel Foundation, founded in 2012 and named after her grandparents, Rihanna has supported international scholarship programs, disaster relief initiatives, and access to education in developing regions. The foundation has contributed to projects improving classroom resources and emergency response efforts in several countries, including support for schools and humanitarian aid during natural disasters. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the organization funded protective equipment and community assistance programs. These actions demonstrated a consistent pattern: assistance directed where it can practically help people rather than simply attract attention. Her interaction with fans reinforces that same approach. Concertgoers often recall her pausing performances to acknowledge individuals in the audience, while online supporters describe personal responses to messages during meaningful moments in their lives. One widely discussed instance involved encouraging a young fan privately during a personal revelation, showing attentiveness beyond public appearances. The gesture mattered because it required time, not publicity. Rihanna also influenced industry standards through her beauty and fashion ventures. By prioritizing inclusive shade ranges and diverse representation, she addressed a gap that many consumers had experienced for years. Instead of speaking abstractly about acceptance, she integrated it into product design and advertising, allowing people to feel recognized rather than overlooked. Her broader impact suggests that generosity is not only financial, it is attentional. Listening, acknowledging, and including others can shape confidence and belonging. Rihanna's example shows that success gains purpose when shared thoughtfully. The combination of achievement and empathy communicates a simple idea: power is most meaningful when it improves someone else's opportunity to feel valued. Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman's career was defined not by its length, but by its intention. Before becoming globally recognized, he portrayed historical figures such as Jackie Robinson in 42 2013 and James Brown in Get On Up 2014, choosing roles connected to perseverance and cultural memory. His performance as King T'Challa in Black Panther 2018 transformed him into an international symbol of dignity and leadership. The film's success, earning over $1.3 billion worldwide, carried significance beyond entertainment because audiences saw a heroic figure rooted in heritage and responsibility. Off-screen, Boseman maintained the same seriousness of purpose. He visited children's hospitals, spoke with young students, and participated in community discussions about education and representation. Hospital visits were especially meaningful to families because he remained fully present, kneeling to speak at eye level, and encouraging patients with patience rather than hurried gestures. Many of these meetings occurred without public announcement, later shared by families rather than promotional teams. During these years, Boseman was privately battling colon cancer. Despite surgeries and treatment, he continued filming projects including Black Panther: Da 5 Bloods and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Colleagues later described his composure and kindness on set, noting that he never used illnesses as an excuse to withdraw from others. Instead, he continued encouraging coworkers and maintaining professionalism. He frequently spoke about purpose, explaining that a fulfilling life involves service. That belief was visible in his respect for mentors and his appreciation for opportunities he had received earlier in his career. By acknowledging those who helped him, he modeled gratitude and continuity between generations. After his passing in 2020, at age 43, public tributes emphasized not only his performances, but his character. People remembered conversations, encouragement, and humility. His legacy therefore extends beyond filmography. He demonstrated that influence can be measured through compassion, how one treats colleagues, children, and strangers alike. Boseman's life offers a lasting lesson. Courage is not only visible in heroic roles, but in quiet endurance and consistent kindness. The strength he portrayed on screen reflected the strength he practiced daily, reminding audiences that integrity can turn talent into inspiration. Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith has spent decades in entertainment, yet her most significant influence may come from conversation rather than performance. Beginning with acting roles in the 1990s and continuing through film, television, and voice work, she established credibility as a versatile performer. However, in recent years, her impact has expanded through open dialogue about personal growth, emotional health, and relationships. Instead of maintaining the distance often associated with celebrity life, she has repeatedly chosen transparency, discussing struggles, mistakes, and learning experiences in a way audiences rarely hear from public figures. Her talk platform created a space where topics such as anxiety, family dynamics, and self-acceptance could be discussed without judgment. By inviting guests and family members to speak honestly, she encouraged viewers to see vulnerability not as weakness, but as a step toward understanding. Many people connected to this approach because it reflected real situations rather than idealized ones. The tone emphasized listening and reflection, promoting empathy instead of criticism. Pinkett Smith has also supported initiatives related to mental health awareness and community education. She often encourages people to seek help when needed and to approach personal development patiently. Rather than offering quick solutions, she stresses accountability and communication. This guidance resonates particularly with younger audiences who face social pressure, yet hesitate to express uncertainty. Public encounters further reinforce her approachable character. She interacts warmly with supporters, often acknowledging their experiences and sharing encouragement. Instead of dismissing questions, she responds thoughtfully, recognizing that her words carry weight for those who follow her work. That sense of responsibility shapes her communication style. Her broader message centers on self-respect and compassion. She emphasizes that growth requires honesty with oneself and with others. By openly discussing challenges, she reduces stigma around emotional difficulty and promotes understanding within families and communities. Her example suggests that kindness sometimes appears in the form of attention, listening, validating feelings, and encouraging healthier dialogue. In an environment that often rewards perfection, Pinkett Smith presents a different model. She shows that acknowledging imperfection can strengthen connection. Through openness and consistent encouragement, she demonstrates that influence is not only about admiration, it is about helping others feel understood and capable of change. Taraji P. Henson. Taraji P. Henson's path to recognition reflects determination more than immediate success. Before major film roles, she worked steadily in smaller projects while raising her son and managing practical responsibilities. Her breakthrough performance in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, 2008, earned an Academy Award nomination, and later television success brought wider recognition. Yet beyond acting, she became known for advocating emotional well-being and community support. Henson speaks openly about stress, grief, and the pressures many people quietly carry. After personal loss within her family, she focused attention on mental health awareness, especially within communities where seeking help has often been discouraged. She established the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, named in honor of her father, to provide resources, counseling, access, and educational programs. The organization promotes understanding that emotional health deserves the same care as physical health. Her public communication reflects empathy. Interviews and speeches often include encouragement for people facing discouragement or self-doubt. Instead of presenting success as effortless, she describes persistence, discipline, and resilience. Audiences respond because her tone feels sincere and practical, rather than motivational for appearance alone. In personal interactions, Henson is widely described as welcoming and energetic. At events and gatherings, she greets supporters warmly, offering advice and appreciation. Online, she frequently shares positive messages and celebrates others' achievements, reinforcing the idea that recognition can be shared rather than competitive. This behavior creates a sense of accessibility, making people feel acknowledged rather than overlooked. Professionally, she supports diverse storytelling and opportunities for emerging talent. She collaborates with younger artists and encourages creative expression, emphasizing preparation and confidence. Her guidance often includes simple reminders: believe in your effort and keep improving steadily. Henson's influence lies in reassurance. She communicates that asking for help is responsible, not embarrassing, and that progress often occurs gradually. By combining advocacy with authenticity, she provides encouragement grounded in lived experience. Her example demonstrates a valuable principle: caring for emotional well-being strengthens both individuals and communities, and compassion expressed openly can inspire others to do the same. Regina Hall. Regina Hall has built a career that blends humor with sincerity, making audiences laugh while maintaining a reputation for genuine warmth off camera. Known widely for roles in the Scary Movie series and later performances in the Best Man films and Girls Trip, she developed a distinctive presence that balances comedic timing with emotional authenticity. Yet colleagues and fans often emphasize something else: her kindness in everyday interactions. On film sets, she is frequently described as attentive to everyone from fellow actors to crew members whose work is rarely recognized publicly. Hall approaches celebrity status with humility. Rather than creating distance, she uses humor to put others at ease. During interviews and public appearances, she often jokes about herself, which lowers barriers and makes conversations feel natural. Fans who meet her commonly mention that she listens closely, responds thoughtfully, and avoids rushing through greetings. Small actions, remembering a name, offering encouragement, or sharing a lighthearted remark leave a strong impression. Her charitable efforts reflect similar values. Hall has supported education and health-related initiatives, participating in campaigns that raise awareness and resources for communities in need. She often highlights collective effort, emphasizing teamwork rather than personal credit. That perspective shapes her relationships within the industry as well. Collaborators frequently note her supportive attitude during long productions, where morale can influence performance and productivity. Another defining quality is her positivity. She tends to redirect attention away from conflict and toward cooperation, encouraging colleagues to maintain perspective during stressful schedules. This approach fosters a working environment where people feel respected. Younger performers have spoken about receiving reassurance and practical advice from her, especially during demanding projects. Hall's example illustrates that influence does not require loud gestures. Consistent courtesy, patience, and humor can affect others profoundly. By treating every person with equal respect, she reinforces the idea that professionalism and kindness can coexist. Her career shows that entertainment can bring joy beyond the screen, particularly when the performer values human connection. A brief moment of encouragement may seem small, yet it can shape someone's confidence long afterward. Through simple attentiveness and sincerity, she demonstrates that character often becomes the most memorable role an artist plays. Idris Elba. Idris Elba's career spans television, film, and music, yet his reputation rests on approachability as much as talent. Recognized internationally for performances in Luther Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, and major studio productions, he carries a commanding screen presence. Off-screen, however, his demeanor is notably relaxed. Fans frequently describe unexpected conversations at public events where he pauses for photographs, exchanges greetings, and treats supporters as participants in his journey rather than observers. Elba has often expressed gratitude toward those who followed his work from early television roles to international recognition. Instead of presenting fame as entitlement, he acknowledges it as the result of shared support. This perspective influences how he interacts with audiences. Whether attending premieres, charity gatherings, or community activities, he gives attention without impatience, recognizing that a brief moment may hold lasting meaning for someone meeting him for the first time. Beyond acting, Elba pursues music as a DJ and producer, performing under a stage name while maintaining direct engagement with listeners. These performances are less formal than film premieres, allowing personal communication with crowds. He often uses these appearances to discuss creativity and perseverance, encouraging young artists to pursue their ambitions steadily. He also participates in social initiatives, lending his voice to projects promoting education, opportunity, and community awareness. Rather than grand declarations, he prefers practical involvement, conversations, mentoring, and attendance at events designed to inspire participation. This steady engagement reflects a belief that public recognition should serve constructive purposes. Colleagues frequently praise his professionalism. He prepares thoroughly, respects production teams, and fosters cooperative atmospheres on set. That conduct reinforces his credibility. Advice about discipline and persistence carries weight when demonstrated consistently. Elba's influence comes from balance. He combines confidence with humility and success with gratitude. His example suggests that admiration grows when people feel acknowledged personally. A few sincere words or a moment of attention can transform a fan encounter into motivation. By remembering the importance of community, he shows that achievement becomes meaningful when shared. His career illustrates that respect is earned not only through performance, but through how one treats others when the spotlight fades. Beyoncé. Beyoncé's career has reached a level where her name alone signals excellence, yet the foundation of her influence is connection. From her early years in Destiny's Child to a solo career that produced landmark albums such as Dangerously in Love, Bidet, and Lemonade, she has consistently combined performance with intention. Her concerts are known for technical precision and demanding choreography, but observers often notice something quieter: attention to the people watching. She frequently acknowledges individuals in the crowd, waves to children in front rows, and pauses to ensure audience members feel recognized rather than anonymous. Her respect for supporters extends beyond the stage. She has visited young fans facing serious illness, arranged private meetings, and offered encouragement during difficult moments. These encounters matter because they are personal. They are not measured by ticket sales or awards, but by the emotional effect on families involved. Many attendees recall leaving those meetings feeling seen rather than impressed. Beyoncé has also used her visibility to support educational and community initiatives. She has contributed to the scholarship programs and encouraged young people to pursue training in creative and academic fields. Instead of presenting achievement as effortless, she frequently emphasizes preparation, discipline, and self-belief. Her message to younger audiences centers on confidence, grounded in effort. Talent develops through practice and patience. Another significant part of her impact involves representation. By highlighting diverse performers, creators, and cultural influences in her projects, she expands who audiences see as leaders in creative spaces. This representation matters to viewers who rarely felt included in mainstream imagery. Her approach communicates that identity should be celebrated rather than minimized. Despite global recognition, she maintains a composed and respectful public demeanor. Interviews often reveal gratitude toward collaborators and audiences alike. She acknowledges that her success depends on collective support: musicians, dancers, technicians, and fans. Her broader lesson is subtle but meaningful. Achievement carries influence, and influence carries responsibility. By treating people thoughtfully and encouraging others' confidence, she demonstrates that admiration can inspire growth. A performance may last a few hours, but encouragement can shape a lifetime. Her career shows that true impact lies not only in popularity, but in helping others believe their own aspirations are possible. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey's influence extends far beyond television. Beginning as a local news presenter and eventually hosting one of the most widely watched talk shows in history, she reshaped how public conversation could occur in media. Her interviews often focused less on celebrity promotion and more on personal experience, resilience, forgiveness, and self-understanding. Viewers connected because the discussions felt genuine rather than staged. One of her defining qualities is attentiveness. During conversations, she listens carefully, allowing guests and audience members to speak fully before responding. This patience encouraged honesty and created a sense of safety for participants. Many people who appeared on her programs described feeling heard rather than judged, a rare experience in public settings. That approach turned a broadcast into a shared conversation. Winfrey also promoted reading and education through her book selections, motivating millions to explore literature they might never have encountered. By discussing themes and lessons openly, she helped viewers associate learning with personal growth rather than obligation. Her emphasis on reflection encouraged audiences to consider their own lives and choices. Her philanthropic efforts further demonstrate her commitment to empowerment. She has supported educational programs, scholarship initiatives, and community projects, focusing particularly on long-term opportunity rather than temporary relief. Instead of single donations, she has invested in environments where individuals can develop skills and confidence. Public encounters reinforce this reputation. People who meet her often remark on direct eye contact and thoughtful responses. She treats strangers with the same courtesy shown to prominent guests, reinforcing the belief that every person deserves attention. This behavior aligns with her philosophy that everyone has a story worth hearing. Winfrey's broader contribution lies in encouragement. She consistently reminds audiences that growth begins with self-awareness and responsibility. Her message is neither simplistic nor abstract. It encourages reflection, learning, and compassion toward others. Her life illustrates a lasting principle: influence becomes meaningful when it empowers others to improve their circumstances. Through listening, education, and support, she has demonstrated that communication can be a form of kindness. By helping people recognize their own value, she transforms admiration into confidence, a legacy that extends well beyond media. Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry's rise to prominence is one of the most self-made success stories in modern entertainment. Long before Hollywood recognized his work, Perry was writing, producing, and performing stage plays on his own dime, often traveling city to city to reach audiences others overlooked. Those early years were marked by financial risk and personal rejection, but they also shaped the values that now define his public reputation: gratitude, humility, and responsibility toward community. When mainstream success arrived through film and television, it did not change his priorities, it expanded his reach. Perry is best known for building an independent media empire that includes film productions, television series, and one of the largest privately owned studios in the United States. Yet what distinguishes him is not scale, but intention. He consistently creates opportunities for actors, writers, and crew members who historically struggled to gain access to stable work. Many performers credit him with their first major break, describing a work environment where respect and reliability matter as much as talent. His generosity is not limited to industry insiders. Perry has repeatedly provided direct financial assistance to families in crisis, including paying off layaway balances during holiday seasons and supporting individuals facing housing insecurity. These actions often become public only after others share them. When asked about such gestures, he typically downplays recognition, framing assistance as a moral obligation rather than a charitable performance. Personally, Perry communicates with sincerity. Fans who interact with him, whether online or in person, often describe thoughtful responses and encouragement rooted in lived experience. He speaks openly about hardship, faith, and emotional recovery, emphasizing that success is rarely linear. This openness makes his advice credible. It is grounded in experience rather than abstraction. Perry's broader message centers on stewardship. He views influence as a tool meant to uplift, not isolate. By reinvesting success into people and infrastructure, he reinforces a human principle often forgotten in celebrity culture: opportunity multiplies when shared. His career demonstrates that kindness paired with consistency can build both trust and longevity. In choosing service over spectacle, he shows that real power is measured not by visibility, but by how many lives quietly improved because you showed up when it mattered. Will Smith's career spans music, television, and film, but his enduring popularity stems from approachability rather than achievement alone. From his early success as a rapper to his breakout role in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Smith established a public persona rooted in optimism and humor. As his career expanded into blockbuster films, he retained that accessible tone, consistently framing success as a shared journey with the audience rather than a personal triumph. Smith is widely recognized for his willingness to engage directly with supporters. Through social media, public appearances, and spontaneous interactions, he communicates gratitude openly. He often acknowledges fans who followed his work from the beginning, emphasizing loyalty and mutual growth. These moments feel personal because he speaks as someone aware that visibility is temporary, while connection can last. Philanthropy also plays a role in his public life. Smith has supported educational and community-focused initiatives, particularly those aimed at youth development and creative opportunity. Rather than positioning himself as a distant benefactor, he frequently highlights collaboration and shared responsibility. His involvement reflects an understanding that long-term improvement requires consistent support, not isolated gestures. Professionally, Smith is known for discipline and preparation. Colleagues describe him as energetic and attentive, on-set maintaining morale during demanding productions. He frequently credits teamwork, directors, co-stars, and crews for his accomplishments, reinforcing the idea that success is rarely individual. This acknowledgement fosters respect and encourages cooperative environments. Smith has also shown a capacity for self-reflection. He openly discusses mistakes and growth, recognizing that public figures influence behavior, whether intentionally or not. By addressing challenges candidly, he demonstrates accountability and resilience qualities audiences find relatable. His humor often serves as a bridge, allowing difficult topics to be approached without defensiveness. The lasting appeal of Will Smith lies in consistency. He presents confidence without arrogance and ambition without detachment. His message is quietly human: perseverance matters, gratitude sustains progress, and kindness strengthens legacy. Through encouragement and example, he reminds people that fame does not excuse empathy. In choosing openness over distance, he transforms admiration into connection, an impact that extends far beyond the screen. After hearing these stories, one question remains: what truly makes a legend? Is it awards, wealth, and popularity, or the quiet moments when someone chooses compassion over ego? Many of these celebrities never announced their good deeds, yet their actions left lasting impressions on ordinary people. Maybe that's the real legacy, not how loudly the world applauds you, but how gently you treat those who cannot repay you. Here at Black Excellence Legends, we believe character outlives fame. But we want your opinion. Which celebrity on this list deserves the title kindest? And is there anyone we should have included? Share your thoughts in the comments respectfully, debate with others, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel for more meaningful stories.